All right. Hey, I'm live and I am late. And for whatever reason, 5 minutes ago, I tried to go live and this app would not let me do it. But I am here now. Hopefully, there are people that will be jumping on and watching. And we're going to do our Tuesday live here today. So I took last week off. I actually did a last minute trip to Birmingham, Alabama, and it was a blast. I got to hang out with some really cool people and learn some really cool things and invest in myself. And I think that's the crazy thing. When I stop and think about how much time I take investing in myself and learning and growing as an individual, and then I watch people who don't want to invest in themselves, and it makes me insane. So I'm gonna announcing something here. I'm been thinking a lot about changes that I'm going to be making to the podcast as a whole. I talk about it all the time about how I want to do something to do with the podcast, and then I don't. I kind of fall back into the same interview routine. But one of the topics for discussion, and I want to share a little bit about here today. Let me do this first before I get into it. So we have launched Ready, part of our Ready Build Scale series of curriculum and education and coaching, and I want to make sure that anybody that's watching this now or watching this later gets the opportunity to be part of that. We've done a pre-launch for the curriculum, and we are going to be kind of closing off any more applications to it. But if you're interested in growing your wholesale business, if you're interested in getting started in wholesaling, Ready is the product for you. Ready is the coaching program for you. And this first group is going to get a tremendous amount of attention and opportunity. So if you want to be part of the first group, make sure you reach out to me at donnafliptalk.com or message me directly, and we'll have a conversation and make sure it's a fit for you. But I want to throw it out there. And then, of course, this Q&A, if you have questions, I'm here to answer them. Ask your questions, and I will be more than happy to give you the answers that I have available. So I'm going to make sure I'm live. It says I'm live, but I'm going to make sure that I have live video here right now as we're doing this, because it's not telling me that I am. And something about the internet here. Let me turn this down, and then I'll get into my story. All right. Okay. Looks like we are live. So perfect and cool. All right. So got questions, ask them. If not, I'm going to tell you. So when I started the podcast 4 years ago, it's been 4 years, people. I didn't know really what I want to do with it. I think I started it because I want to stay in my lane. I talk about that all the time, but something happened when I did that. So I am, I guess I'm two different people, and I'm trying to rectify that. And I wonder if any of you do that in professional and personal settings. So when I get on the podcast, I'm very much straightforward but nice, and I am a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. That's not untrue to who I am, but I'm also the type of guy that's going to drop a hammer on you when you mess with me, and kind of multifaceted, very driven. Um, Laid back but competitive. And I own nightclubs. I talk about that, and so um, I want to show more of, I think, who I really am if you were going to hang out with me for an evening in the podcast. And I'm trying to rectify that because it hasn't been everything that I've shown up until this date. So I guess my question, pondering this is, when you're in a professional setting, do you have that challenge? Do you find that did you throttle back, who you are as a person? And does that make you feel untrue to who you are? So and I don't say that because I feel untrue to who I am. I don't, I'm not. It is a very core, the guy who wants legacy and the guy who wants to help everybody that he possibly can is really, a core to who I am and true to who I am. But there's also this portion of me that, like I said, is just I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been screwed with more times in my life than I care to admit, and I just don't take any bull from anybody. And I just don't feel like enough of that show. So I went to this event last week, and there was a speaker who really, I think, impacted everybody in the room. It's one of the first people that that spoke that I was listening to pretty much the entire time. And, one of the things they said that stuck with me was, things in your life being in conflict, right? So, for instance, if you say that you want to be organized or you want to be, um, you know, yeah, I guess organized would be the word, or structured, or this and that, and then your garage is chaos. Well, that's in conflict, right? If you say that you want to be, um, wealthy, but you're making decisions to blow your money all the time, that's in conflict. And if you say you want to be happy, but you're putting yourself in situations where you're not, there's conflict. And so, how do you remove the conflict from what you say you want or who you truly are with the habits that you have that you create in your life, right? And so as I'm going through everything and listening to that, it's like, how do I undo the conflict with who I am and who I want to be with with the habits that I've laid out in my life? And I think that part of the way I handle the podcast is one of them. I don't usually challenge people, even though sometimes I think they need to be challenged. You're going to see a lot more of that. Um, I am very politically correct, and you're going to see a lot less of that. So, because it is in conflict with you when I what happens when I walk out of the room and I talk to my team. So, I don't know, random thoughts, right? But I think that as we're growing as individuals and trying to be more and more successful, we really need to start kind of defining who we are as people, like, and what it is we want to accomplish and what it is we want to do and how we want to go about doing that. And the more we do that, and the more and the less we're in conflict on a day-to-day basis, I think the greater achievement we're going to have, right? The greater opportunity we're going to have to do these amazing things with our life in the world. And it's time to start for all of us to start doing that more and more and more. And it's time for me to start doing that on a different level than I think I have been in the past. So my job, my purpose is to impact as many people as I possibly can. In order to do that, I need to reach as many people as I possibly can. And so I'm enrolling kind of how to do that. So a little bit about what's going on in our business here. We are starting to get some momentum and traction in the real estate side of things. Pre-COVID, I have been working on new marketing tactics and strategies, like we mentioned before, pre-COVID, and those are starting to get traction. I went virtual with half my organization, and that's starting to get traction. And so a lot of good things are happening there. Um, I'm excited about 2021. I know that we are getting ready to launch another Flip Talk Virtual Summit for December of 2020. We'll be announcing that here pretty quick and giving you guys a place to go. And this one's going to be more geared towards people who already have businesses and want to start to build some consistency in their business and want to scale their business and just really prepare their business for 2021, to the opportunity to grow and expand and really blow the doors off for 2021. And that's what this next Flip Talk Virtual Summit will be about. And I'm excited about it and can't wait. So I don't know if there's questions here. If anybody's got questions, go ahead and ask away. I know that I was late, and that may not have given us the proper opportunity to be on and whatnot. But yeah, you got questions, ask them, and I will be happy to answer them. So what else do I got here? Hmm. Something that's under my skin. I'm watching the last 4 years. I watched a handful of people, come across my path and become very successful. And I've watched a handful of people come across my path and not. And the really only difference is between the two is one group took action and one group did nothing with what information they had. So, um, those of you who have been watching for the last few years that haven't done a lot with the information you've either learned from me or other people, I'm going to start calling you out because I want you to be successful. And yeah, so just one of the things that I can say that I'm pretty proud of is I've been watching, and there's a handful of you that I'm going to start really paying attention to and making sure that you are no longer running around and just absorbing everybody's content and not doing anything. So that's something else that I'm been thinking about a lot lately too. So I do not know what's up with Facebook today. I don't know what's up with my deal, why it didn't work. But I don't see anything going on here, any questions, anybody out there with questions, and I don't have much of a monologue prepared for this. So I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes. And if we don't see any activity or action, then I may jump off. Let me see here in this group. Hmm. Okay, yeah, my questions are coming through. So I see one here from Marco. How can I get the video recordings from the summit? Marco, that is a fantastic question. Message me at message me, and I will I'll make sure you get a link for that. So um, let me see here. Yeah, it says we're live there, but I can't see your comments. So I would message me, and I'll get you a link for that, and we'll get you taken care of. So, and then of course we got the next virtual summit coming up as well, and you're going to want to get tickets for that and um, be VIP for that. So let's see here. Let me go one more spot and see if I can see some questions. This app that we're using here is not functioning the way it's supposed to. There it is. Let me see. That's it. All right. So doesn't look like we have a whole lot coming through here. Unfortunately, this wonderful thing did not work the way it's supposed to. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna figure this thing out on my end and figure out why it didn't work properly. But with that said, ready. It, if you want to work with myself and Mike Calper and a few of other our the team members directly and have us take you to the next level, have us really get you up and going, ready is the program for you. And you just message me directly on Facebook or Instagram or go to donnafucked.com and I'll get you set up to go on that. Other than that, I got to figure this out and figure out why my live would not activate at 2 o'clock. And yeah, so until I talk to you again, have a wonderful day.